In my opinion, Bryson Dechambeau is the best golfer in the game right now in terms of growing the game. Everybody has talked about we need to grow the game. All the tours, all of them, PGA Tour, Live Golf, LPGA, DP World Tour, everybody, everywhere has talked about growing the game. And I'll give credit to the PGA Tour. They created the platform for individuals to achieve amazing success. And they created the structure for tournaments, for major championships. They created a network for people to perform on to become household names, okay? And Tiger Woods obviously has done that, Phil Mickelson, Jack Nicklaus. There's been, for years and years and years, the PGA Tour, phenomenal job of creating, giving people an opportunity to shine. And they have done that. And, okay, but then the tour says we want to grow the game. Well, the tour, in my opinion, doesn't grow the game. The individuals who succeed grow the game. So when I was starting golf coming up, like the first one I really watched was Payne Stewart. So I was like, okay, that's why I want to play golf. That guy, I like what he's doing. And then a couple years later, John Daly, I was like, ooh, yes, that's exciting. I like that. And then obviously a few years after that, Tiger Woods comes around. But it was the Payne Stewarts, Nick Faldo, Greg Normans, and John Daly. Those were the guys that I was like, I like those guys, and among others. And that's what got me in the game. So that's what grows the game is people. I didn't start because of the PGA Tour, but they gave them that platform. So ever since Tiger, nobody's grown the game more than him since probably ever. But what's happened since? Okay, he's kind of not, sadly, as relevant as he once was, and he's got a lot of other things going on. And who's growing the game today? Now, the tours all want to take credit and say, we're growing the game, we're doing everything to grow the game. But one guy, Bryson Dechambeau, is the one who's actually growing the game. Let's look at what he's done, because this is fascinating, in my opinion. He has really become the number one creator, and he just released a video where he took on 3 juniors. And I watched the whole thing, and I was riveted. I thought it was some of his best content. Probably not his best, but among the top, in my opinion. Why? Because he's driving around in this golf cart, and I've driven these things with kids in them. It's hilarious. And it's exactly what it is. He's shuttling 3 other juniors in this giant cart, all their bags on, and they're talking, and all these kids are just like going against 3v1. Bryson's playing the tips. The kids are playing the junior tees. They're playing a scramble. He's playing his own ball. I'm not going to give anything away, but just the whole element. This is what you want in content creation. You want opposites. So grown man versus little kids. Best in the world versus juniors. I hit it 10 miles. You hit it, nowhere. Like, they hit it good, but they're kids, right? It's not going that far. So you want that. They're doing a scramble. You're on your own. And we're going to duke it out. Brilliant. I love this kind of content. Sadly, if you go on the website here, we could look at view stats. That's just a platform that gives you stats of YouTube videos and stuff. So it's an 8 of 10, unfortunately, meaning of the last 10 videos Bryson has released, this one's in 8th place. Now, one of those, obviously, number one is him with Donald Trump doing the break 50, right? So you got Donald Trump, you got John Daly, you got the other, you got all these break 50s, you got Bryson trying to break a course record. So some huge videos to compete with. But what Bryson's doing is he's massively growing the game. And if you look at his channel stats, he has 18 million views over the last 28 days. And it's down from what it was. Like, he is killing everybody in terms of views. Like, the most probably ever was 15 million. And Bryson passed that with one video. So if you back this up to like 60 days or something, like it's even bigger and better. But the fact that Bryson did this with juniors is what I found incredibly interesting, because as a junior golfer, what pros have done in the past is this. They've done little clinics. I've taken my kids to them. Patrick Cantlay did one at Riviera. I took my son to it, and we sat there and watched him hit shots. And it's a bunch of juniors sitting around the driving range watching a pro or a rising professional or a top collegiate player do a clinic or talk with his instructor, which that's what this was. Cantlay was, I think he was currently going to UCLA, and he was there with his instructor, and they were hitting shots and talking to the kids. That's inspiring for kids, but not like what Bryson did. It's one thing to do a little clinic at these different spots, but the kids really just sit there and watch. Here, he's with kids doing a YouTube video, so every junior in the world has an opportunity to watch this and dream about it being them. You can literally, as a junior golfer, put yourself in that back seat of Bryson driving around like he's your, uncle or something, cruising around playing golf. That's what it felt like. Like he was big brother, uncle. He felt like an uncle playing with his nephews. That's what it felt like. So as a junior golfer, a little kid, anywhere in the world, you could watch this and say, and believe, that could be me. I could be hanging out with Bryson, or I could be with a guy like that playing. That's inspiring, is what it is for all the junior golfers out there. That will get someone in the game. They could think, maybe one day I could play with Bryson. That's what all the little kids think, because they actually see it happening. When you're sitting in a herd of people at a driving range watching one person, it's kind of boring. To be honest with you, I was like bored, and my son was bored. It wasn't inspiring. Sadly, it was just boring. And it doesn't really inspire. But when you see this video, you look at it and say, that could be me. That could be me. Or that could be my kid. Or, wow, this guy's really hanging out with little kids. And it creates a spark in people that is hard to do. So all these people, all these things say they want to grow the game. They say they want to do it. I asked Bryson a question in Nashville when he was at the Live event. I was in the media tent. I asked him specifically why he does what he does on YouTube. And he says he wants to grow the game. That's what he said. And this proves it. All his other videos prove it too. But this one in particular says, I'm not just going to hang out with, celebrities and presidents and people that get me millions and millions and millions of views. I'm also going to hang out with juniors, because I mean what I said when I said I wanted to grow the game. The reason he does what he does is because he wants to grow the game. That's what he said to me. That's the way he answered the question. And he's actually living up, and he's proof that he is a man of his word, and he's doing what he's doing because he wants to actually see the game grow, starting at the young junior golfer level. That's where you start. But he's actually doing it. And I'm not saying other people aren't doing it, but he's doing it in a way that is relevant and very impactful. He's using his platform. He's bringing in the youth, and he's actually doing something that does work to grow the game. The other things, I don't know. I don't think they really do much for growing the game. A Tiger Woods that comes along once every who knows how long. But that's a unicorn. That's just you never see it. Bryson is actually like, I'm gonna just put in the work to help grow the game. That's what I wanted to point out about this video. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for listening. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. See you guys soon.